Hey, what is up you guys, and welcome back to my channel, or if you are new here, welcome to my channel. So today I'm pretty much going to be doing a story time and a mukbang. I actually just got some TGI Fridays. They literally just delivered it right now. So I've been wanting to do the story time. I know I kind of took a little break from social media and posting on here, and I know some people are like, why? But if you have me on Instagram or TikTok, you know why. But I'm gonna actually get into what pretty much happened and why I was pretty much in a 72-hour hold at a mental institution. So if you want to hear why I ended up, or how I ended up in a mental hospital, then continue watching. So you guys, I actually ordered some chicken parm pasta. I don't know why I was craving it. I literally just came home from the gym. So if you see me sweaty, that is why. I also this morning went and got my braces tightened and my color changed. I chose a blue because I was like, you know what, blue is cute and it stands out. So I'm gonna be doing a story time. Pretty much a lot of people want to know how or why I ended up in a mental facility. Last week I'm going through like depression and I'm grieving. I'm still like clearly learning how to cope and deal with it. People always ask me like, oh, explain, like how do you explain your feelings, explain how it feels. And it's something that like, so you can't explain. Like I sat and thought like, how can I explain how I'm feeling? It's literally like no words can explain it. You just feel it, if that makes sense. Like grief is literally the biggest depression, sadness, loneliness you can ever like experience and go through. And before, like, I'd get sad about certain things, but now it's like I have a real deep down sadness that like I can control sometimes and can't. Like I just learned to just sit and cry and cry and cry. So this day in particular, like all day I was just so sad and so lonely, and I was just at the point where I'm like, you know what, like, do I even want to be here anymore? Like I genuinely don't want to be here no more. Like sadness where you're just like literally crying, and well, not even me, I'm literally just crying and my body's like aching, and like I have like endless tears for Gabriel. Like genuinely I have endless tears and I'm always crying and going through it. So this day in particular, I spent it with my nieces and nephews. Like it was, I'm just because I be sad and stuff doesn't mean like I don't try to continue to do things. Like I could be doing something that others would enjoy, but like I'll be good in the moment, but deep down I'm really sad, and I'm just always thinking about Gabriel. Literally always thinking about him. You guys have no idea. Like literally 24/7 I'm thinking about that man, and I'm just like, wow, what if, or what would he be saying, what would we be doing, what is he doing, I wonder where he is. Like, just always thinking about. Get a fork. I don't have one. I also have wax on my braces because literally I cut up my mouth, you guys. But that day I was just feeling really sad, and if you hear like chewing, my fur babies are eating. They're weird, they always eat when I eat, so I'm like, oh cute. I was just feeling really sad, and like I was just ready to end it all. Honestly, I was like, you know what, like this pain, like I could just end it, because it's like a pain that I deal with every day, every second, every minute, every hour. If you're grieving, you know what I'm talking about. I was like, you know what, F it, like today's gonna be the day, like tonight is gonna be the night, like I'm gonna just do it, because like what else do I have to lose? Like I'm already living in hell here without Gabriel. So I was like, you know what, let me just do it. Like why not, So ended up walking to the lake that's like kind of by my house. I always go there and I run and stuff. Like it's a really pretty lake. There's like a river and a bridge. So I went, and it was like raining and stuff. I sat there for hours just crying and crying. And clearly, like, my family, loved ones, and friends were looking for me. I had posted like a status on Facebook, and I was like, you know what, like this is it. Like it was pretty much a cry for help when I posted. So everyone was concerned. They're like, okay, where's Chris, where's Chris? So then they ended up calling the police. The police got involved, and I was just there, and it was raining, and I was crying, and I was just scrolling through pictures of me and Gabriel, and I was just like, bruh, like it's so crazy how like 9 months ago like this person was here and now he's not. So when I got there, it was such a weird feeling. Like I had a pink rope extra. I was like, I'm gonna go out in style pink, they're gonna find me. So all I had was a pink rope and my ID, like my wallet clip. So those were the only two things I had. And I was like, you know what, and my phone clearly. So I was going through the pictures and I was just crying and crying, and I found where I wanted to, like, you know, do it, which was a bridge. And it was really pretty and peaceful, and like in a way that was like the last thing I wanted to see, you know. I was like, I want to like do it here. I knew that was it. It was so peaceful and calm, and I was just like, this is where I want to, you know, do this. So I waited, and clearly there were still people out and about, so I was gonna wait till the nighttime. And I sat there and I prayed, and I was like, you know what, like, hey bro, if you hear me, like, stop me, you know, like, if this is what you don't want me to do, like, stop me, like, you'll stop me, and if not, then I'm gonna do it, you know. Which, and what I'm referring to is like hanging myself off the bridge. So I was there, and like 30 minutes go by, and like I was there over the ledge of the waterfall and stuff. Then like out of nowhere the police just pull up, and I was like, huh? First I was confused because I was like, how did they find me, you know, like how, you know, because I was literally like in the woods pretty much, like the area I was in. So they found me, and they're like, you know, we just want to talk, like, you know, we know you're going through it right now. And I did talk, and they were like, you know what, we're gonna take you to the hospital because clearly, you know, I was suicidal. So they did, and I was on a hold. I had to talk to like a therapist there. And from the hospital, they transferred me to, like, an hour away, you guys. They transferred me to a mental facility, which was, I'd never been. So I was so scared. I was like, the therapist there, when we did a virtual thing, and he's like, okay, I'm gonna put you on a 72-hour hold, you can't leave. And I was like, bro, because the whole time I was like, I just want to leave, I just want to leave, I don't want to be here. Like, I'm sorry for what I tried to do, like, I don't want to be here, you know, I want to leave. They're like, no, you can't go, like, it's up to the therapist. So I was like, how am I a grown man and y'all have to tell me like when I can and cannot go? But it's understandable because clearly of what I was trying to do. He was like, no, you're gonna stay here, you're gonna get transferred on a 72-hour hold. So I was scared. I was like, dang, I don't want to go to like a facility because I've never been to one, you know. And in my head I had it pictured like, it's crazy, you know, like I've seen movies, I've seen stuff where it's like crazy in there. I was like, OMG, like I'm really finna go into a mental facility. So I was like, you know what, whatever. I waited like maybe like 3 or 4 hours until they were able to come transfer me. And they transferred me in like an ambulance. Like they had to like put me in a stretcher and everything. I guess that's protocol, because I was like, I don't need a stretcher, you know. They drove me like an hour away from where I was at, because that was like the nearest bed open, I guess. I mean, it was a warning when I got there. So I was just like, hey, what do I expect? The health techs there were really nice. You know, they made me give them all my stuff. But with my phone, I had my phone hidden in my waistband. And they didn't like make me strip or nothing. It was just like they wanted to see. They just made me get in my underwear. I was able to have my phone for like maybe an hour until they caught me. And they're like, oh, you're not allowed to have a phone in here because of HIPAA. So they took my phone, even though I was not on social media. Like I had my phone on DND, like I even put it on airplane mode because I was like, I don't want to get caught without my phone. I just wanted my phone just to have like, you know, it's my phone. I wanted to have like, just in case I needed it. Because everyone was worried for me, texting me, calling me. Like I was hearing from people that I haven't spoke to since, you know, high school and stuff. So I really did feel the love, and I'm genuinely thankful. So if you're one of those people, thank you. They were like, you're on a 72-hour hold, so you can't leave until you talk to the therapist. So then I talked to them, and then they're like, okay, we're gonna keep you. And I was like, I just want to leave. Like it was literally like jail, but a little more freedom because you could walk around and stuff. But there was clearly other people there. I was scared a little because there was like some people that were genuinely off. So I was like, OMG, like I'm a little scared. Like I don't want to get hurt or like, you know, say or look at the wrong person the wrong way. They were like, okay, we're gonna keep you and we'll check back tomorrow, because I was like, dang, I don't want to stay the whole 3 days. So they were like, all you have to do is like, you know, go to groups, because they did groups like 3 times a day, and then they clearly fed you and stuff. But it was like, so without a phone it was good because I had like that mental break from it and stuff and social media. So I was like, okay, so then I would do the groups and stuff. I talked to other people there, and clearly my situation was different from a lot of the people that were there, because I was like the only one grieving, and a lot of people there, they generally had like issues and stuff. So I kept voicing like, hey, I need to like go to like grief counseling and get a therapist and stuff. Like, you know, it was really different, you know. I haven't been depressed my whole life and suicidal my whole life. It was like literally I'm dealing with grief. That's why I am feeling the way I'm feeling. I met some amazing people, honestly. Like, I was able to make them smile, and like when I was leaving, they were even thanking me like, thank you, I haven't had a laugh in a long time. So I stayed there. My first night was okay. They gave me meds, you guys. Like, they literally gave me so much medicine, I'm not even gonna cap. So I took the medicine. I fell asleep in the night, even though like we were up watching movies and stuff. And then we went in like the quiet family room, like, and we're just talking and stuff. And a lot of people there genuinely did need, like, you know, their help and stuff. But I knew right away. I was like, okay, once it was the next day, I was like, okay, like, I know what I need to do. I need to get like a therapist. I need to go to like a grief counselor and stuff. You know, I'm not feeling those thoughts that I was feeling yesterday, the day prior. So they made me stay. And then the next day, I was like, okay, like, I'm ready to go. I was literally, so you get a roommate. So I had a roommate. And the rooms were kind of like a dorm style. It was funny because I did take pictures, but not of anybody, just like of the like surrounding, because, you know, I only had my phone for like an hour. So I was like, oh, okay, like, look, and I was sending them to my cousin because I wanted to let my cousin know, because we're in a group chat, like, hey, I'm okay, you know. So yeah, that was that. Like, I showered, I was in scrubs. Like, interesting. If you ever been to like a facility like that, you know, it was not how I thought it was gonna be, because it wasn't like a high ranking one where, like, you know, you needed to be like in a straitjacket and stuff. You were watched, you were checked on every 15 minutes. Everything was like, you couldn't get the remote. Everything was like, I considered it baby proof, but everything was like, you know, suicidal proof, I guess. Like, you couldn't grab anything to hurt yourself. And I was like, you know what, if they don't let me leave, I'm gonna escape. So me and my roommate were planning like my escape. You guys, I'm so freaking dead. I was like, you know, they had my stuff, so I was like, you know what I was gonna do? I was gonna tell them like, oh, can I see my phone? And then just run. Literally just run. They can't chase you. They said all, because I was asking like questions and stuff, and the person that was my roommate, he's been there before, so he said the last time he was there, someone escaped, but then he ended up coming back because his stuff, yada yada. So I was like, what happens? And he's like, it's not like you're in jail or anything. Like, they just call the cops and they try to bring you back, but it's not a crime if you leave or anything. Because I was trying to leave, and they were like, oh, we can't let you leave because the therapist said you need to stay here. So I was like, you know, kind of against my will, but now I understand. It's like, you know, if I was trying to like harm myself, I'm responsible for them. So if they let me leave and I went and harmed myself, like, they could get sued. That's what I found out. That's why I was like, oh, okay, that's why you guys aren't letting me leave. So then in the morning, I was the first one they talked to, and then they're like, okay, we're gonna like let you leave. We generally feel like, you know, you're okay. So I was like, thank God. So I was only in there for like maybe like 28 hours, not even like, you know, the full 72. So I was thankful. I was like, thank you, because I was gonna lose my mind in there, because I was just like, bruh, I'm so ADHD and impatient, I want to leave. I was able to leave, you know. Like, they were like, oh, you know, we'll call you a car, because I'm like, first of all, I'm an hour away from home. But they were really nice. All the texts were so nice. They generally were there for me to help like your mental health and stuff. They did not make me feel crazy. They're like, everybody's crazy in their own way, you know. So it was definitely an experience. I'm happy that I did go through that though, because I ended up getting resources and help. So now I'm starting therapy, I'm starting counseling. I know I've always got recommended it, but that was like the moment where I was like, I genuinely need it, because what am I doing? Like, I'm so sad and I'm so lost in life, and I feel like a burden, and I feel like I'm just genuinely here, just here floating, not even living. And so I'm trying to take all that and put it into motivation and do things and try to like make Gabriel proud, you know, wherever he is. I know he's watching. I'd like to believe that, you know, and I like to, you know, try to have like a purpose, I guess. My bestie's grandma, I spoke with her, and something she said really stuck with me. She said, you know, we can't take our own lives. Like, that's up to God when it's our time. And I'm like, you know what, you're right. Like, it is. So I have to, you know, do what's best for me and still continue and make people that aren't here anymore proud, you know. I'll say this enough, no matter what or who they're grieving, because it's a really awful feeling and awful pain. And when you really think about it, people are gonna have to deal with grief like sooner or later in their life. I guess I was one that I had to experience it so young, literally a week before my birthday. And this was someone I thought I was gonna spend the rest of my life with. This was, you know, so it's like, why? Like, I still ask why, and I cannot wait for the day I get to find out why. Like, there's people who pass away and they don't even get to experience true love and soulmates and all that, but it's like, why? Like, I did experience that, but it's like, why for so little? Only 5.5 years, you know? So that's my story, you guys, how I pretty much tried to commit, you know, suicide, and then I got transferred to a hospital, then from there to a mental facility. And I'm really appreciative of everyone who sends their kind words and who prays for me, and, you know, like, I'm trying. I'm genuinely trying. See you guys in my next video.